You got to give it up to them Grambling State Tigers. They trying to hold on in this thing. They trying to make sure they get them a place to possibly get in that SWAC championship game, representing the West. Right now, they sit tied up top with Prairie View A&M. Both of them is 6-3. They both have one loss in the conference apiece. Now, crazy thing is, it ain't how you get it done. It's just getting it done. And I don't think many people are really paying close attention to exactly what Grambling State University is doing. But your favorite coach is going to talk about it right after this. It's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all the upcoming videos. All my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos. And tap in a friend to tell them to come on in. It's nothing positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing. Because they're like, Coach, what's your take on this? Because you ain't had nothing to say about when we beat Jackson State. Well, you know what? I posted it in another show. I believe I talked about the Alabama State versus Alabama A&M show, which is over in the membership section. So you probably didn't get to hear some of that stuff that I was saying over there because if you're not a member, you don't get to see those videos. But I put that over there in the membership section. But I'll say this. Jackson State in the game against Grambling State when they played 3 weeks ago, they was a little cute out there in this game. In which, you know, I was looking for them to do a little bit more than they were doing. They didn't really get off in that game as well as I expected them to, but they did do enough to get things rolling in the direction that they need to roll. Now, I'll say this. When Jacoby Morgan went down with the foot injury, Grambling State, they began to pin their ears back a little bit more because now you had Parker Stouffer as well as Jared Lockhart out there at quarterback. You know, Parker Stouffer came in there, I think it was like second quarter, something like that. He played till half, and then you had Jared Lockhart come out there after the half, and he would have finished the game out. But I say all of that to say this. Grambling State's calling card right now has been their defense. Their defense has come out there in the past couple of games, just made the games just muddy. I mean, just nasty games. And against Jackson State, yes, they slowed down everything. They did not allow the receivers to get open like they normally would. You know, Nate Rampart and Janalen Dupree. Yeah, Rampart had 126 yards receiving, but, you know, normally you would see maybe one or two other receivers out there putting in work as far as, you know, catching touchdown passes and things of that nature. And the timing was off. So Grambling being able to get back there and just disrupt things as far as with showing different fronts at the beginning, and then they change up their defensive scheme once that ball was snapped, confused the quarterbacks a little bit, having them thinking that they saw one thing in which they saw something different. So got to give them their props on that. I definitely hope that Savion Tissette, I hope that young man is doing okay. That hit that he took during the game still has me wondering, you know, if everything is fine with that young man. Salute to him as far as his hard work and his ability to get out there and play even though he was injured. Now, I did say in the previous show that I did that in that game, you guys won the battle but lost the war. What I mean by lost the war is that you want to make sure you bring everybody back with you that started out in this fight to get this W against Jackson State. As I stated before, I mean, and I'll say this again. Last season, you guys did the exact same thing when it came down to playing Jackson State, and they was making a run trying to get to the SWAC Championship where y'all tried to come in that thing and derail some things in which, hey, it was another nasty game. And Vegas had everybody just shook up out there. Y'all messed up all the money out there in Vegas. I'm going to tell you that right now. Y'all just messed up all of the daggone money. And the kicker that kicked that last field goal running off the daggone field, he knew that bad boy was good as soon as it came off his foot up in the air. I'm like, look at this. Yeah, because, hey, salute to you, big dog. I'm just still sitting here looking like, God. Oh, that's money on. Hey, that's money right there, buddy. Hey, buddy put all he had into that daggone kick. Got to salute him for that. But in that game, they did allow Jackson State to rush the ball for 200 yards, in which normally you would see a little bit more than 200. Jackson State rushed that ball 45 times in that game as well. But one thing I'll say is this: looking at what what Grambling State was able to do against Jackson State, they used their physicality as well. They used their physicality and their aggressiveness against them, which allowed them to get that last first down that they needed for them to get in position for them to kick that field goal to win the game. Now, when I sit here and look at the game that they just had against Alabama A&M, basically they went out there, they pinned their ears back, and they got after that quarterback. They made sure that their quarterback was not going to do anything out of the ordinary against them because listen, when your quarterback gets sacked 8 times in a game, that's a problem. That means nobody stood out there on the field and wanted to pinch anybody. Did you pinch? You got to pinch. You got to pinch somebody. You didn't pinch nobody. You're supposed to go over there and spoil the homecoming. I mean, salute to Alabama A&M. They did get out there. They were ahead in this game. But it came down to special teams where y'all allowed a special team kick return, go back for a touchdown, and you just cannot have that. I mean, guys, you already know daggone well. You can, listen, you kick that ball and Delano Franklin get that thing and take it to the house 64 yards. And I mean, I'm just sitting here like, where was the coverage? There was no coverage out there on the field. Grambling State did everything that they needed to do, even with their, I think, was it the second and third quarterback going down. They brought in another young man, came in there, and he did just enough to keep them in contention, not to mess up the game. So you got to give him his props on that as well. And definitely looking to see how things are going to take place this week with them playing against Bethune Cookman, because Bethune Cookman coming in this thing, Bethune Cookman looking to go ahead and stay up top in the East. I think they're third behind Alabama A&M. So we're going to see exactly how all of that's going to pan out this weekend as well. Got some more good games that's going on this week. But again, looking at everything that Grambling State has been able to do over the past 3 games, they just flat out they've been balling. You can't take anything away from them as far as what they've been able to do. They beat University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. That was a close game, 2016. They came back. They beat Jackson State in a close game, 26-24 in Vegas. And then they beat Alabama A&M 13-10. So Grambling State is battle-tested when it comes down to them winning close games like they should and finding a way to do it with their defense. Like I said, defense is out there playing, the scrappy bunch. They're just making the game muddy for anybody who want to get out there on the field and line up against them. So you can't get upset with these young men with what they're looking to do. A lot of folks out there had I'm going to say it. A lot of folks had Coach Mickey Joseph on that hot seat. I guess you got to take him off that thing now because, boy, they 6-3. They making some things happen over there. But, hey, I got to ask one question, though, Coach Joseph, if you're watching. Hey, you ain't had a gold chain hanging out like you did last week. I mean, not last week, the week before last when you played against Jackson State. You ain't had a gold chain hanging out on the Monday call. I was like, boy, Coach going to have that chain hanging out again. Like, boy, he's up in that thing looking like daggone, what's my boy looking like Plies? Talking boy, his chain, halo. Yeah, I'm like, hey, get to it, Coach. Hey, put your chest out, dog. Talk to him about that thing. Let him know what time it is, boy. Hey, you were feeling it, Coach. Hey, guess what? Got to salute you for what you were able to do against Jackson State, what you were able to do against Prairie View A&M, as well as Alabama A&M. Those are 3 pretty good programs that you guys were able to go ahead and get W's for. So I just want to make sure I went ahead and dropped this to let y'all know I ain't forgot about you. I ain't forgot about you. Listen. Coach Hash, I'm gonna keep saying this until I can't say it no more. Sometimes when you're sitting here and you're doing all this daggone recording, you do have malfunctions with the equipment. And in this instance, I had a malfunction, so I gave you guys 2 in 1 to let you know, hey, listen, y'all go ahead and get this thing together. But you know what? Y'all got Bethune Cookman coming in this week. You got Cam Ransom in the team. They looking to come in this thing, and they looking to do some, keep themselves on the winning record going in the direction that they're looking to go. So you guys definitely got to find a way to get that offense unlocked, that rushing attack unlocked, and that passing game unlocked. Again, listen, I'm going to say this again. Grambling State has some athletes out there on the field. The bottom line is execution. Will they be able to get out there and execute like they need to for them to put the points up on the board? Or will they find a way to make this another muddy game against make this another muddy game against Bethune Cookman where they're playing Grambling style type of football. Again, if you ain't got all that electrifying playmakers and all of that stuff going on out there on the field, you find a way to go ahead and get somebody in the mud. Pull them down in there deep and see how tough they're going to fight for daggone 4 quarters. 9 times out of 10, they might run out of breath trying to figure it out. But you know what? Grambling State, they're finding a way to win, so get them their props. But you know what? Your favorite coach is going to go ahead and get up on knock this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.